So now we're going to solve for 645 divided by 3 using the partial quotient. So the first thing that we always have to do when we're using the partial quotient is we need to list our easy breezy facts. So I usually like making my little cloud on the side, putting easy breezy facts or numbers. I usually say numbers, but facts works as well. But I label that as EBN. Move this back just a little bit. There you go. All right. Remember, our easy breezy numbers are our easy breezy facts. Always start off with 1, 10, or 100. If the numbers are really big, you could even go to 1,000. But since it's only a 3-digit number, I usually go up to my hundreds place. Okay, times 2, times 20, times 200, times 5, times 50, times 500. Let me see. Yes, we can. Okay, and what goes in the box is our divisor. In the blank, I'm sorry. Divisor. So this would be 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in my product. So 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 10, we still see our facts of 3 times 1, which is 3. There's 1 0, so we're going to add that 0. 3 times 1, we see our basic facts, which is still 3. And we have 2 zeros, so we're going to add our 2 zeros. Now we're going to move on to 3 times 2. 3 times 2 equals 6. We see our basic facts, 3 times 2, which is 6. Going to add our 1 0. 3 times 2, which is 6. We're going to add our 2 zeros. 3 times 5, 15. We see our basic facts. 3 times 5 is 15. We're going to add our 1 0 at the end, or attach our 1 0 at the end. Let me make this one a little smaller. We have 15 and we have 2 zeros, which makes that 1,500. I hope you all can see this. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and write our problem. 645, our dividend goes inside. Our divisor is going to go on the outside. So now we're looking at all of our easy breezy facts, the products, and seeing what number here gets us close to 645 without going over. That's the important thing. You want to make sure it does not go over, because if it goes over, then you will get the answer incorrect. So we're looking for a fact that is big enough that is close to 600, or if it's not even close, just a number that doesn't go over. But the closer we get to 645, the less steps you have to do. So I'm looking. I see 330, 300. 300's pretty big, but let me keep going. 660, 600. Okay, so 600 is even closer, so I might want to use this one. 15, 150, 1,500. 1,500 is way too big, so I'm going to stick with 600. I'm going to put 600 here. On the outside of the line, I'm going to write what facts brought me to 600. So I'm going to use 3 times 200. Because 3 times 200 got me to 600. Now I'm going to go ahead and subtract. 5 minus 0 is 5. 4 minus 0 is 4. 6 minus 6 is 0. I am not going to put that 0 as my leading number because we just don't do that. Now I'm going to look down my list again. Do I see a number that gets me close to 45 without going over? Okay. I see 30. I see 60. 60 is too high. I see 15. That's really low. I think 30 is the closest, so I'm going to put 30 here. What facts got me to 30? That's right here, 3 times 10. I'm going to go ahead and subtract. 5 minus 0 is 5. 4 minus 3 is 1. So if you know your multiplication facts, here you could ask, is there a number multiplied by 3 that gets us to 15? If you do your multiples, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. I know that's 3 times 5, so I could put 3 times 5 here. But if you were unsure, you could have looked at a number that might get you close. Oh, but look at that. We have 3 times 5 there anyway, so we didn't really have to do all of that. But sometimes you might not see the fact listed as an easy breezy number. But if you know your multiples, then you can use your multiples to get you there. But if not, no big deal. You could just find numbers that get you close to it until you get to either 0 or a number that is less than 3. All right? So to continue, now we're going to go ahead and all the numbers after the multiplication sign, we are going to add them together. So we have 200 plus 10, which is 210, plus 5, which gives you 215. So our quotient would be 215. So that is how you use the partial quotient to find the answer or the quotient to this division problem.